I'm Bear Grylls, and I'm going to show you what it takes to get out of some of the most dangerous places on Earth. I'm in the southeastern United States, somewhere along the Swanee Creek, home to over 20 species of snakes and over 35 kinds of spiders. Here, I'll have to deal with raging rapids, poisonous plants, and pesky, disease-carrying mosquitoes. I'm in the middle of the Swanee Creek wilderness. This place looks dangerous. It looks like we're approaching the drop point now. I'm going to use an old army technique to exit the 4x4. I must get ready. This old army ranger technique I'm using, called the tuck and roll, was employed in World War II to drop small numbers of troops off in hostile areas. I barely made it. I think I'm getting too old for this. You know, this truly is a spectacular place. Just the atmosphere and the vegetation and the water. This place makes you feel so small and insignificant. It's quite intimidating being out here alone. Get trapped here without the right survival skills, and you're in real trouble. Right now, finding shelter and food are top priority. I've got to find a place to protect me from the mosquitoes, the wildlife, and the elements tonight, and I've got to find some food. I need some vitamins and minerals to fuel me to keep going. Hey, come here, come here. You see this plant here? You don't want to touch it whatever you do. This is poison sumac. Get in this and you'll be scratching your britches for weeks to come. It can make life very uncomfortable out here in the wild. The best thing to do is to stay as close to the water as you can. It'll help you find your way and keep you away from these itchy plants. Let's go to the river. As you can see, the banks of the river are quite steep. It's important to find a nice gentle slope so you can enter the river safely. A sprained ankle out here could mean death for you. Yeah, I've made it down to the river. Hopefully now I can walk and avoid some of those plants. Gotta look out for snakes though. This is prime breeding ground for water moccasins and copperhead rattlesnakes, so you've got to keep an eye out or you could be in real trouble here. This mud can be just dreadful. Ugh. You know, when you're out here and resources are so scarce, it's important to find whatever you can use to help you survive. And one thing that might come in very helpful is vines like this. They can act as cordage for making a shelter or tinder for helping you start a fire. It's very important. So I'm going to cut some right now and we're going to take some with us for later down the line. Stuff is much tougher than it looks, but I know we'll help me build a hardy shelter for tonight. See if we can rip the rest out of the ground. Yeah, I think I've got enough to help me out tonight, so I'll hang on to this and we'll use it later. Hey, wait, come here. Look over there. There's a rabbit trapped in the brush. You stay here. I'm gonna see if I can get him. He might already be dead, but I'm gonna go see. Just hang tight here, hang tight. No, stay away. Stay away, it's too gruesome here. The rabbit's been dead for at least a week. The meat's spoiled, I can't eat it. But there's one thing I can eat. The eyeballs on these rabbits taste good for weeks. You can eat them and it's a great source of vitamin C and it's the protein I need to keep me going. So, I've cut one of the eyeballs out of the rabbit here and I think I'm going to eat it. So, give me the camera, let me get a close-up of me eating this eyeball. Ugh, that's disgusting. It tastes like eyeball juice and oh jeez. That might be one of the most horrible things I've ever eaten, but it's got protein and vitamins and we need that out here. Well, I've got some food in me now. I'm energized and ready to go. Finally got that awful taste out of my mouth. It's time to get to higher ground and see if I can spot some shelter. Looks like I'm gonna have to jump the creek here. This mud is deep. I've got to keep moving. Okay, I'm up here at the highest point I can find. I've got a clear view across the creek, and I think I found a place that we can get to make shelter, and I think we can get there pretty quickly. Also, I found this rope here. I think this was part of an old bridge used to transport slaves when the Underground Railroad was working. I think I can use it to swing across the river and then work my way up the gorge there where I can find some shelter. So we're gonna give that a try. This rope is really old. I hope it holds or I'm gonna get wet. That really backfired. This rope is not as strong as I thought. I'm really, really tired, but I must keep moving. I am exhausted. That river was treacherous. I finally made it to higher ground. I'm about 50 meters up from the river right now, which really helps with the mosquitoes. I'm not getting near as many bites on my legs and arms. I'm just beat and I am soaked to the bone and filthy. My boots didn't hold up too well. When I took the plunge, I got a lot of rocks and water in my boots, so I'm gonna empty my boots and right back over there, that's where we're gonna make our shelter. So I'm gonna empty my boots and I'm gonna go inspect my campsite.